That's true. What's your problem over there?
Oh, there you go. Found it.
You found it?
Okay. Hold on.
Do you know what you're doing?
I'm good to go.
You're good to go?
Hey, Zachary.
Hey, Zach. How you doing, hon?
We are arrived.
That's right. Doesn't mean we're all here, but, you know.
Good evening, Nicole.
Good evening, Nicole. How are you?
Shadows is in the house.
That's right. Again, doesn't mean I'm all here. What is going on with my chat? Come on now.
You know. Hi, Heather.
Hey, Heather. How you doing? There we go. Thank you.
Doing good, Nicole. But we're going to have a really off morning. Ron's already over there mooning.
It's the mooner. Freaky geek. Thought we were... Oh, that's okay, Zach.
Freaky Geek, how you doing? You thought we was in an apartment.
Oh, Zach, you, because you've been so busy. This is actually my husband. He's not a guest.
Patrick, how you doing? Yeah, I'm special ed.
That's my husband. He's my co-host.
Oh, Freaky, you didn't miss much. It was just me live yesterday. I'll be going live on Saturdays and Sundays without Shadow.
Hey, Patrick. I don't know
Hi, Cassie.
if I said hi to Patrick or not. Hey, Cassie. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody? Hope y'all are well.
Oh, shit, I think we're getting run over by a truck real quick.
What happened? He's in a rare mood, guys.
Oh, it's going to be a hell of a show.
He's in a rare mood. You can't hear me that good, Freaky Geek? I'll move the mic more towards me.
Well, thank you, Cassie.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. How is everybody?
Y'all get a chance, you got to go check out Silent Hill, Valdez style.
Oh, we missed our mark. It's 10:01.
Oh, Christ. Quick.
Well, I'm not, I haven't even started the show yet.
I don't care. I'm putting mine in.
Oh my God.
Somebody will come out before you. I don't care.
God, bless America. Guys, he's in a rare mood today. Holy hell. It's going to drive me nuts all day today.
I know, Freaky. It sucks. Even when she's not live, you can still hear her. Trust me, I know. Hi, sexy.
Hey, Joanne, how you doing?
Oh.
Oh my God. I'm telling you.
So this is day 14 with our magnets.
We have them on. Let me, because he's in a hurry.
Because I want to get it off.
So today on the show, we're going to be talking about...
She has no idea.
Yeah, I'm winging it. No, real stories behind classic horror movies.
We're going to fake it until we make it.
That's right. Some movies are inspired by what might be called as real hoaxes or made-up stories that people have believed. Then we'll be talking about the Obeah, who were the feared shadow killers of Jamaica. Then we're going to talk about a couple stories from Reddit, like a little experience somebody had. And then also Poltergeists. Can they follow you?
Well, obviously. You
Right.
just need to push the TV out into the hallway.
That's right. As always, if you're listening to the podcast portion of this, we invite you to come on over to the live shows and jump into the conversation. Of course, on the second half of the show, it's your turn to call in and click the link. Come up on panel, tell us your opinions of these stories, or come in and share your spooky encounters with the paranormal.
Andy, how you doing, buddy?
Good morning, Andy. And of course, don't forget, as I roll the credits, you know where to go.
The hell.
I'm telling you guys, this is going to be a fun freaking... that's all I can say. All right, let's get started here. Let me play the intro.
And so the week begins. Good Monday morning from Valdez, Alaska. Welcome to the Shadows of the Moons show. It is Monday morning, and we are live on YouTube, Facebook, dlive, Twitch, and Mixer under the same name. So come on in and join the fun and get into the conversation. Just like always, Mondays are about Monday Musings, which is all about paranormal talk. We share stories from the internet and, of course, your stories live on air. Without further ado, let's get started.
And now, coming to you live from Alaska, here's a woman that has been around many moons and has seen many shadows. Here's your host, Shadows of the Moon.
With a little chaos.
So before we get started, though, did you catch anything yesterday, Andy? I heard you had this for permission to go fishing.
Am I still flashing?
If we hit a bump, God only knows what could happen.
Oh my goodness gracious, people. He is in a mood today, I am telling you. Holy crap.
Thanks, Cassie.
And it all started from him waking up this morning.
Well, it sucked. I wasn't ready. I got up at 6 this morning, and I only got up because I had a really bad headache.
Okay. I'll remember that. Freaky geek. Hey guys, just so you know, there is a little something going on in chat. First of all, we have a poll going on of what you want to see. It's both in dlive and in YouTube. If you want certain, what's the matter?
Boy, you didn't tell me about any of this.
Well, no, I never tell you anything. If you want to see certain things in the live feeds, like we got witchy days we can do.
We got what?
Witchy days.
Oh, I thought you said bitchy days.
Well, we can do bitchy days too.
Well,
Ghost
that's
hunts.
every day.
If you guys want to see us do paranormal around our apartment. Tarot readings, of course, if you want to see those.
You know you're going to get
Self-love.
voted on that.
Yeah. Game days. Just hit I vote and whichever one you would like. So I know.
No, Cassie, she don't tell me shit.
Right?
I just got to fake it.
I like to keep them in suspense. So, and the second thing on the stream is something called Stream Loots, okay? What it is there's going to be a link in chat that's going to have 4 chances to get free cards.
4.
Okay?
Get what?
Free cards.
Who's buying them?
They're a gift. I didn't buy them, you didn't buy them, don't worry about it.
Oh, thank God.
But you get a card and it could be something like an extra hour on the stream. This
What
is
the
why
hell?
I don't tell them things, see?
Why did I not get informed of this?
You can have us do all sorts of wacky shit.
No. You can have her do all sorts of wacky shit.
What's a backpack? What?
I don't know.
That's right, Cassie. He hears when you guys hear.
Shit. It was a tough fight for a while, but she allowed it in the end. Everybody wants all the above.
All the above?
Patrick's over in dlive just dying.
I'm telling you.
Eddie, you're doing magnet. Is that not kind of, well, I mean, that's not too bad. It all depends on what they want us to do.
So a little update on magnets, by the way.
Uh-oh.
What's your experience? Have you experienced anything?
Headaches.
Yes, I know you've gotten.
No, actually I did. What was it, yesterday? I think it was yesterday. We were downstairs having a cigarette, and I was just standing there, and it almost felt like I was kind of levitating.
He felt like he was like floating.
Yeah, like my feet weren't even on the ground.
Of course, that could have been another couple of things. But
No,
I'm
I didn't
joking.
smoke any pot yesterday.
I know. No, I'm joking. No, 30 days isn't up yet. We're on day 14.
Yeah, today's 14.
Now, mind you, yeah, it is.
I don't think I need the magnet to make that happen. Yes, Patrick, they're still sticking around.
So the second thing is like
Andy said it's day 15.
Oh, is it day 15? All right. Thank God for Andy. I'm telling you.
Well, shit, if you want to knock a day off, I'm good with it.
So with my experience with it now, and this could be just a placebo effect. I don't know. But to me, I feel like I can open my crown chakra quicker. Like before, I would have to sit down and really think about it.
I don't know which one that is.
That's the top one.
Oh.
Crown.
Ah, that's what you said. I wasn't sure what you said.
Oh. I feel like I don't have to think about it. I just, like when I start like my tarot readings, I would open up my crown chakra, but I would have to sit here for a minute before I went live to do that, if that makes sense. But now thank you for the lemon, Zach. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. But now I feel like I can open it up quicker. Like all I have to do is think about it and I can feel the sensation.
Yeah, I can open it up real quick with a hammer.
This is what I'm talking about. It's been all morning, since 6 o'clock this morning.
You don't. I got up at 6.
I got up at 7.
You got up after 7.
Mm.
No. I'd end
up like eating it or rolling over and poking my eye out. Yeah. That would be, yeah.
It seems like everybody's having a good time this morning.
Yeah.
They're all laughing.
Zach.
Huh?
Just you being here. I'm telling you, just you being here. Zach's like, I wish you could be more.
Oh, no. Just showing up is cool.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
I wouldn't have the Speedo patch. You see what Andy wrote?
I wouldn't have the Speedo pouch on the forehead look like morning night. You guys are something else, I tell you.
Zach was up at 5.
Damn, Zach.
Where's Zach from? Zach, where are you from?
I forget, actually. I should know.
Yeah, you should know everything. You're a woman.
That's right. Open up my shoe. Jesus. Just unzip my head. Plenty of vacant space there. Oh, you guys are hilarious. I'm telling you.
Uh-oh. How you doing, Jim?
Jim's over there.
He's over there moving.
He's over in dlive mooning.
Oh, okay, the USA. That's great. So am I. What state? The reason why I'm asking it is because we're from Alaska.
Alabama. That's right.
Oh, he's from Alabama? So he's what, 4 hours ahead of us?
Yes.
Okay. I have a good rock hammer. Pick if you want to borrow it, Eddie.
I'm telling you guys.
All right. We should get this show started or we ain't even going to get it over.
How many minutes we got?
We
Heather's
still
in
got...
Canada. No shit.
Huh?
Cool. What part of Canada, Heather?
Oh, Heather.
Yeah, I hear you, Jim. Just another Monday at work. I get that. State of confusion, Patrick. That is true. Around him, especially today,
How dare you?
I know. You see how I am?
Most of my neighbors are from.
Elowekaba. You guys, I tell you.
We got 17 minutes.
17 minutes. All right. We got 17 minutes till the magnets come home.
Yes. For day number 15.
15. See, this is why we keep Andy around.
I know, right?
Telling you. All right. So the first topic on today's list is Hollywood movies or horror movies and the true stories they're based on.
Heather's from Ottawa.
Very cool. I used to go to Ontario. Well, not all the time, but my aunt lived in Ontario. I'm originally from Western New York, near Buffalo, so I get you, eh?
Andy. You know, I'm sure people on Blog Talk Radio are going, what the hell is wrong with him?
Probably. Probably. So, yeah, we're going to talk about horror movies that were inspired by true stories. I mean, there's a couple of them, obviously, you guys know. We've all been around. We know the Amityville Horror. We're not going to talk about that one. We are going to talk about The Exorcist. Of course, that was based on a real story. Excuse me, that's touted as scariest. It's, the scariest film ever.
Which one?
The Exorcist. Especially the remake where Spider walks down the stair. That's not normal. That's not natural. That's the shit that freaks me out. I was fine until I'll tell you the story. You guys, what? I don't know if you guys.
I don't like Andy anymore.
Why? What the hell ain't wrong with him? That's true, Andy. That is true.
That's a shorter list.
So do you guys remember the TV show Fear with on MTV? They used to, where they put people in, they had to go to different haunted locations, but there was only one or two of them that might go, and they were mic'd up in the camera, shown in their face. They used to come on late at night.
Wasn't it haunted houses that they went to?
They went to like big places where they had to walk out, like prisons and stuff like that.
All right.
But I used to love that show. Oh my God, I love that show, right? So I'm sitting there. Now, mind you, I lived in the apartment building. My best friend lived next door, right? It's midnight. I'm sitting, my chair is right next to my door, okay? So I'm sitting, I got the lights off. I'm watching TV. I got candles going, I think. Freaking just about a part I'm watching Fear. And just as they get like a really nervous and scared or something's going to happen.
But you know it's going to be a jump scare.
My best friend's husband knocked on my door, scared the living shit out of me. It's like midnight, you know what I mean? After midnight. And I mean, he's not a small dude. So he's like, his pounds are like cop pounds, you know?
Boom, boom, boom.
But yeah, it's like, I remember jumping in my chair freaking because of this. And then he's like, he comes over and I open up the door and I'm like, what? Like, you just scared the shit out of me. He's like, you got to see this. You got to come see this. And I'm like, what? So I go over to the apartment. We keep the doors open, of course, because the kids are in bed. Right? And freaking, it's that new part in the movie where she's spider walking down the stairs. I'm like, really? You scared the shit out of me to show me something freaky like that?
And he says he lost about 30 pounds of weight in a blink of an eye.
So the movie The Exorcist, man, I love that movie. I love it, but
that didn't scare me though.
No, it really wasn't as scary. I think it was more not drama, but like.
Jesus Christ, I think Poltergeist made me jump more than The Exorcist.
Yeah, Poltergeist made me jump definitely a couple times. Oh, really? That's scary, Patrick. Was watching a spooky show and a cat jumped up next to me.
That would be a dead cat.
See, that shit, it's not right.
That would be a dead cat.
Yeah, I get pissed. Now, I don't know if you guys watch Amazon and Prime at all, but I like to go and watch the documentaries, and I like to go watch the ghost shows and stuff like that. I get so pissed when I'm thinking I'm watching a really good documentary, like these people are on par, they're not screwing around, and it turns out to be like a freaking stupid ass movie, and it pisses me off so bad.
Exactly, Andy.
The witch's crystal. No. Every time the witch showed the crystal, something bad happened. Well, our power went out. Oh no, just as it happened. Oh, see, that happened to me.
Andy says that's how pets end up in orbit.
Yeah, right. That happened to me when I was watching the first ever time I watched 13 Ghosts, which is my all-time favorite horror movie, is 13 Ghosts. But yeah, that all of us were gathered in the living room watching the movie, and freaking the power went out. And it's like, is that a bad sign? Should we not watch it when the power comes back?
Do you know what's even scarier than some of these movies, though? That game, Five Nights at Freddy.
Yes. I won't play that game.
Everybody's like playing with the
So
light.
if anybody gets one of those card packs that say play a certain game,
I am not playing that game.
don't pick Five Nights at Freddy's, because I'm just not going to play it. I'm having a problem getting through. What's the one that I got? Oh, Haunted Memories, because it shows it.
When did you get that?
I've had that since we lived in Batavia. Yeah, that was right. Yeah. Nicole, on the first time I was on panel at Missy's stream, my batteries drained and the phone died. Yeah, I remember that. That was wild. Hey, Scoop.
Hey, Scoops.
But
well, that's just as wild as
Haunted Memories has like a Slender Man theme, and like you'll be walking, you're in the dark, it's raining, you're walking with a flashlight, and all of a sudden the lightning flash, and you'll see Slender Man like at the end of the road, and it's like,
Patrick says, watch the old black and white version of the remake of 13 Ghosts.
Really? I didn't know there was an old. Thank you. I'm definitely going to check that out because I love 13 Ghosts.
But like you were saying, with Nicole's battery not draining, and that's like the night with Eli.
Mm-hmm.
When I had the portal box going, and he asked it a question, and there was a high screech.
Yep.
And then his computer shut off.
Yeah. It was.
Oh, hugs back to you.
Just Jim said my favorite room was 140. Oh, 1408.
No, it's 140.
Nope.
And
you'll see it pop up. It says 1408.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, I know, Patrick. It's just this game, though. When you're in a video game and you're first-person player, it's scary.
Yeah, matter of fact, that's right. Freaky Geek was in that feed when I did the portal box with Eli.
Oh, yeah.
That was wild. I mean, I've never heard that sound come out of the portal box.
Right, yeah, that squeak, yeah, that squelch.
And then all of a sudden, Eli was just gone. And then he came back and says, my computer just shut off.
Right.
But he had asked, I think he was talking or asked for his grandma.
I think so, yeah, if I remember right.
But
How you doing today, Scoop?
So, hey, everybody, if you see Lucinda, wish her happy birthday. I'm hoping she comes in. This having a second time, I don't even know how I would react the first time, but
right. So The Exorcist was somewhat based on a true story. The 1973 film The Exorcist followed the story of 13-year-old Reagan, who after a seizure began showing signs of demonic possession, not depression. Actually, it's when after she played the Ouija board.
I'm completely confused why Freaky's asking that when I just said I used the portal box. Okay.
After medical testing fails and results the doctor being assaulted, Reagan's family attempted to have the demon, who apparently inside are forced out. Father Cars and Father Marin attempted to exorcise the demon and attempt to save the girl from the possession with terrifying consequences. And, there are some really messed up scenes in that movie. The story, which is based on a boy, Robbie Manahan, also known as Roland Doe, was a 12-year-old boy, not a girl. And according to priests, the boy's attempt to contact his late aunt using the Ouija board, which after the paranormal activity started in the home, including unexplained noises and the occurrence of poltergeist-like events involving blankets flying around on their own accord. Robbie then began to show signs of possession, speaking in tongues, and blisters and cuts would appear on his body. He was taken to a mental institution in St. Louis, and where he was treated for both mentally and spiritually. It was here that the groups of priests started to perform various exorcism rituals to try and extract the demon. After a staggering 30 attempts, the priests were satisfied that they successfully banished the demon from Robbie's body. Now, I've heard two different stories. One that he died, but this one says that after the ceremony went on, he went on to have a very normal life. He actually has a successful career at NASA. And he's like, if my mother only knew that demon possession could lead to the working at NASA, I'm positive that she would have made me play the Ouija board every night. The exact details of the story, including what some believe to be only a mild paranormal happenings, are highly disputed as the story has been passed down and retold in numerous versions. See, I also know that, I've seen that he won't even talk to people about it, which I can understand. I mean, especially if you did go through it.
You lost your goddamn mind.
Yeah, But I will say, the Booth brothers did a really good job of.
If he didn't die and he went on to be successful at NASA, like, you're going to go in for a job appointment and tell him, oh, hey,
hey, yeah, I'm the one based on the.
Yeah, we'll hire you. You're our first astronaut.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Was it the Booth brothers, Patrick? Spook Central or Spook TV? I think they.
Yes, exactly, Andy.
That is true, Andy. So the hills have eyes. I've never watched this movie. It says the Carter family traveling through.
No, I'm.
Thank you, Jack's Box House Party. Thanks for following. I'm not doing and paranormal and history. Thank you for encrypted cryptids. Oh, everything's popping up at once. Thank you all for subscribing and following.
Well, I don't see any of that on mine.
I see it on mine. I'm special.
Yeah, you are. It was on A&E, yeah.
It could have been the Booth brothers one. Christopher and I always forget the second one. I don't know. They're both on my Facebook, but I can't remember. Nicole raised her middle finger. You agreed with me.
What's this? Thank you, Nicole.
Well done. Oh, is that what that is? Okay. The Carter family traveling through the desert in an RV on vacation fall victim to a trap that causes their vehicle to crash. It's like this dead end. I hate that movie. The father, Bob, heads to a nearby gas station in search of help when he learns of the deranged clan of cannibals. It is like that end. Living in the nearby hills. The hill people, led by Papa Jupiter, capture Bob, set fire to the camper, and take an infant hostage, among other violent acts such as rape, torture, and pet eating. The film is most notable for the one of Wes Craven's first, as well as starring a young Dee Wallace, best known as Elliot's mom in the equally terrifying E.T. Yes, because that movie was... Well, I can't say that because when I was little and I watched E.T., that did mess me up a little. I cried.
What, E.T.?
Yeah.
Kind of.
That I think I was too little to watch that.
Well, I think we were all little when E.T. came out.
True. So anyway, the real story, the reality of this story, The Eyes Have Hills, is the film is reportedly inspired by the story of Sawney Bean, a Scotsman from the 15th or 16th century. The story goes that Bean was the son of ditch digger who did not want to follow in his father's footsteps. So, as most young men do, he ran away with a girl and holed up in a cave by the sea. Because neither of the cave dwellers worked, they had to make do with ambushing travelers on the road, stealing from them, killing them, and eating their bodies. Bean and his wife had many children and grandchildren, all through incest, since they never left their cave except to go shopping. I love how they put that. Never go shopping, talking about getting the travelers.
And since when do young boys run off with women? They just run off.
They reportedly murdered and ate more than 1,000 people before they were finally caught by King James, who later went on to write a Bible, I think. They punished... Oh my God. The punishment was almost as wicked as their crime, as the men were sentenced to death by blood loss after having their hands, feet, and genitals cut off. The women were forced to watch before they were all burned alive.
Wow. That's pretty damn harsh.
It is disputed that the story might be false and only used in anti-Scot propaganda, as it all happens because Sonny Bean would rather kill and eat people than put in an honest day's work.
You know what? I hope I'm dead before they get to my testicles.
Right? Barbecue. Really, Skook? You heard that one?
So just some punishment they were. Ex-wife. Yeah, you cut your testicles off.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I'm not all about Skook says, yeah, she heard about it way back.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Well, it's not neat, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I find it exciting.
The haunting in Connecticut, of course.
Hold on, because Skook says Rocky Mountain oysters. Freaky Geek says any kind of oyster is gross. Freaky Geek, do you know what Rocky Mountain oysters are?
Probably, but he's saying that any type of oyster.
I would rather eat a regular oyster than a Rocky Mountain oyster.
What do I? Oh no, I like clam chowder. That's what I like.
Yes.
Not New England clam chowder.
No.
I like the white.
You like
the normal.
Oh, thank you for the
Stu,
ice cream.
For the ice cream, I appreciate it. Definitely. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you'll never catch me eating that crap.
I always have to sit there and think. My brain. This is how my brain works. I can't remember if I like clams or oysters. I only like clam chowder, but then my brain goes New England clam chowder, and I know that's not the one I like.
That is actually the one you like, the white one, New England clam chowder.
No, New England clam chowder is red.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I will never have spaghetti and meatballs again. Oh, I got to turn my camera off for a second.
Is that Manhattan? Oh, is it time? It is time. New England is white. See, I don't know. I just asked for the non-red.
You know, I'm just been a cook for 30 years. I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
Wow, nice thing. Honey, I need dye.
You need to die.
No, I need hair dye.
The hell are you talking about? I just bought you some a month ago.
Well, stop stressing me out.
Do you hear this shit? Yeah, I knew New England was white, but she insisted it wasn't, so I just left it alone.
Just like the white one. Oh, that's gross, Andy.
Oh, God.
It's white. Or newly white clam chowder. Okay. All right, guys. Don't yell at me. Y'all are yelling at me.
See?
All right.
See? You got a red spot where the magnet was sitting.
Do I?
Yep.
Oh, I do. It's like in, didn't it?
Yeah.
It
right
didn't it didn't feel like it was pressing in.
And it didn't, I mean, even from here, it didn't look like it was pressing in.
Yeah. That's right, Jim. That's right. Don't feel insecure, especially here,
Absolutely
Scoop.
not. Don't feel that way, Scoops.
Never. Yeah, the only way I'll eat clams is in the chowder. That's it.
Anybody that eats oysters or anything like that, it's like eating a booger on a half shell.
Yeah.
No, I can't do it.
My head almost went into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Wow.
Turtles in a half shell.
Turtle power. I know, right? Truly, not just spiritually or mentally, it truly embeds in there.
Do I have a red spot like you?
No.
That's wild. And you can't do smoked oysters.
No.
No, the papers get wet and you can't light it.
Yeah, exactly. So, hunting in Connecticut, in order to be closer to care for their cancer-stricken son, the Campbells moved the family.
Are you saying Campbells or Candles?
Campbell.
Okay.
Like the soup. Family moves into a home in Connecticut. The son begins to experience terrifying hallucinations, as do the family members later on. Soon the family learns that the home was formerly used as a mortuary. The supernatural events continue in the home, and it gets intensifying, turning violent. The reality of the story is in the 1980s, the Parker family moved into a home in Sunnytown, Connecticut in order to be closer to the University of Connecticut, where their son was undergoing cancer treatment. Unbeknownst to the family, the building was formerly a funeral home, something they discovered after finding embalming equipment in the basement. After the discovery, the family reported strange events in the home, such as sights and sounds of ghosts. An investigation later revealed the former morticians were involved in necrophilia.
That's nasty.
The home was exorcised in 1988 to remove all the lingering demons.
That is just wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to be a nymphomaniac, but to be a necrophiliac.
Yeah.
Embalming fluid in the basement.
See, I don't know. I don't remember seeing it. The problem is I've seen so many freaking movies that they're all jumbled inside, especially when it comes to like A Haunting in Connecticut, The Haunted, The House on Haunted Hill. I mean,
they all run together.
Yeah. Which one am I remembering?
Skooks, tilapia is a really good fish. It's a nice tender white meat. I don't like it for the simple fact is they're bottom feeders. They'll eat. They'll basically. You can catch a tilapia with a little piece of bread and a hook.
Right. But it's a really good meat, you said?
Yes, it's very tender. And it's quick to cook, too.
Right. That's why I likes it. Anything quick like that.
Insidious, yeah, that was a good movie.
Insidious, yeah. No, I've never seen Insidious.
No, I have. Well, I might have seen it before you. I got with you, though.
No, because Insidious, I don't know. It's the one with Harry Potter. My daughter likes that. Danielle likes that movie. She said the second one was stupid, though. Yes, I let my 13-year-old daughter watch horror movies, so doesn't her father, because this is the world we live in.
Oh my God, Andy. I'm not even going to read that for the people on podcast to hear.
So the next movie is Audrey Rose. Audrey Rose is a little girl that dies in a tragic car accident. 2 minutes later, Ivy Templeton is born. Fast forward 11 years, and Elliot Hoover, father to Audrey, begins to stalk the Templeton family in New York after he becomes convinced that Audrey was reincarnated into Ivy. Ivy begins to have nightmares and strange events occur, many similar to the fiery crash that killed Audrey. Elliot Hoover ends up kidnapping Ivy in an attempt to grant his daughter's spirit peace, a move that lands him in a highly publicized criminal trial. I don't think I've ever seen that.
See?
Sounds good, though.
Heather says, no, that was the woman in black that Harry Potter was in, not Insidious.
Oh, okay. I still don't think I've seen Insidious.
See, thank you people today.
I know. I've really been off my game here.
Wow, I've been twice right in a day.
Write that on the calendars.
Yeah, we better.
The reality of this movie is Frank DeFilia, author of the novel and the 1977 movie, was inspired to create the work of his son Raymond. The boy suddenly began playing the piano like a pro despite no formal training or lessons. He claimed that his fingers were doing it all by himself. DeFilia sought to understand how Raymond could have gained such expertise on his own. He even consulted a occultist who expressed that it was incarnation link. In his skill, Raymond perfected a previous lifetime and carried it into the next.
So what they're thinking is the spirit of this pianist,
right? Well, he was the pianist in a past life.
Into his fingers,
right? It's kind of like memory. What's that called? Memory recollection.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
kind
about.
Of like
it's like a prodigy.
Well, not even that. Just like kind of like when you're typing on the keyboard. Like I have to look at the keys for some of them, but if I let myself go, I know where all the keys are and I can type looking at the screen. But if I think about it, I have to go back to looking at the keys.
Oh, don't worry, Ron, I won't, because she'll just use a needle and pop it. And actually, Patrick says, did you know the movie Red Rose, or Rose Red, is based on a true story?
Really? Rose Red. Yes, because I loved that movie. I remember that movie.
Ron's saying, say that again. Say what? What am I supposed to say? All right, Patrick.
Hurry back, Patrick.
Get called memory. Memory, well, yes and no, Andy. The Autopsy of Emily Rose. I've never...
The Exorcism of... It might have been autocorrect. The Exorcism of... That's the next one on the list, actually. I'm not so much well-read as badly read about.
I had to read that twice.
Right? So the next movie is The Exorcist of Emily Rose. Yeah, that was a freaky-ass movie. Attorney Aaron Bruner represents Father Richard Moore in court against homicide charges after his attempted exorcism of Emily Rose. Emily Rose, as shown in flashbacks, was believed to be possessed by demons. Her parents called upon Father Moore to exorcise the demons. As the attorney attempts to prove that Emily was in fact possessed and not suffering from psychosis and epilepsy, as the prosecution argues, the lawyer experienced strange happenings of her own. The reality of it is the story of Anneliese Michel, a German woman born in 1952, inspired the film. Anneliese suffered from depression and epilepsy and was given an anti-convulsant drug by her psychotherapists. That drug, along with other conditions, was believed to have caused her to hallucinate and hear voices. Annaliese's parents believed she was possessed and arranged for her exorcism. Not execution.
Yeah, she was being set up
That's
for
it.
execution.
You're dead. No, her exorcism to be performed.
Off with her head.
As Father Renz performed 67 exorcism sessions, Anneliese stopped eating. She died in her sleep in 1976 from malnutrition and dehydration, weighing only 68 pounds.
No, Ron, I'm not going to do it.
Her parents and the priest involved in the exorcism were prosecuted later that year for neglect of homicide. They even went as far to have the remains of Michel exhumed, as a nun said that she had visions of the body not decomposing, and that was the sign of demonic possession. When it was removed from its coffin, though, the body was found to be decomposing as normal.
Now, what'd they do? Cut her head off? What'd you say?
Wow, what? See, I think this magnet is screwing them up even... This is the kind of questions that I get throughout the day for the last couple weeks. And I look at them like, should I tell them, or it could have been like last year.
My camera just did it again.
Oh, focused in and out.
It blurred out and then focused back in.
This is what he did. Well, no, not last year. 2 years ago when we were in the camper.
Why? What?
With the whole sandwich thing.
Oh God! Let's not go there.
He went to take a bite of a sandwich, and his other hand.
Now hold on,
up.
Jesus, she's leaving a part out.
What?
How high was I?
So he was taking a bite of a sandwich, and his other arm came up like this, his other hand, and he's like, it's like those, and he started moving like.
He's trying to steal my sandwich.
It's like the dog that scratches itself and thinks that it's
another
paw.
He's eating a bone.
Oh, yeah.
And then his hind leg starts to come up.
And he thinks it's another dog trying to... I looked at him like, what?
Welcome back, Patrick.
This is the shit you guys don't understand. You guys just don't understand.
I can make every day fun.
Yeah, fun. That's what you call it.
You laughed?
Sometimes. Other times it's just like, what the hell?
Go to bed.
That's what he tells me. Because he's like, you're bitchy, go to bed.
You must be tired.
The Serpent and the Rainbow.
That was a movie, wasn't it?
Yes.
I thought I heard that name. I remember that name.
Be careful finger foods. Exactly, Patrick.
I mean, it was a whole sub, though.
Yeah.
It was just like my other hand was trying to steal it. Don't understand. Yep.
So,
Serpent in the Rainbow. I did hear about, or I might even have watched this. I ain't sure.
Working for a pharmaceutical company, a ethnobotanist, Dennis Allen is sent to Haiti to research a drug used in Haitian voodoo in order to determine if the drug can be used as anesthesia. Allen finds a local witch doctor who claims he can make the drug, but Allen is arrested, tortured, and ordered to leave the country before receiving the drug. Allen flees the country, but not before forcing the drug out of the witch doctor. He returns home to Boston to meet with his employer.
Wow, thank you, Ron.
God, Ron, thank you. We're coming for you, Mr. Chaos. Thank you, Ron, for that Ninja Guinea. You're awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, very much appreciated. Hey, why is Tidy Lab saying holy shit?
Because that's what I wrote in that room. Holy shit, thank you so much. That's a big donation.
I know, but you put holy shit in Tidy Labs?
Yes.
Oh my God. All right, go on.
So.
Shut up, go to bed.
Allen flees the country not before forcing the drug out of the witch doctor. He returns home to Boston to meet with his employer, where the wife of his boss tells him in a possessed state that his death is not intimate. Gonna happen.
Intimate.
Yeah, that word. God, this is what a day. I apologize for this.
Welcome to our Monday. Just Jim over there laughing with a Ninja Turtle.
No, it's not a Ninja Turtle.
It's what it looks like on my screen.
Yeah, I know, Andy. That's right.
Ron says nerdgasm.
The book. So the reality of the story is the book on which the film is based is believed to have been inspired by the events of the Haitian man.
I know, right, Andy?
Claribus Narcissus. Narcissus was declared dead in 1962 after receiving a cocktail of drugs to mimic a coma. Is that kind of makes you think?
Well, that basically goes under the like a doctor where they put them in a self-induced coma.
Right. He was buried, but exhumed a few days later and given another set of drugs, which brought him back to life in a zombie state.
I don't believe it.
Narcissus was forced to work on a sugar plantation for 2 years until his master died and he was freed and returned to his family in 1980. That's kind of crazy.
And Patrick, I think you're right. And no, Heather, I I'm not sure what song you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Witch doctor.
Yeah. I called the witch doctor, and this is what he said.
No, I don't know.
Oh, my God.
But yes,
Whatever.
Patrick, you're right. People think pufferfish are really cute, but they don't understand how dangerous they are.
Of course, one of the movies is The Mothman Prophecies. I love that movie.
You know,
I love everything about it. I mean, I don't love that what happened, but
we've watched.
Eddie's never seen The Mothman Prophecies.
No, but we watched. What the hell group was that? That
We watched a lot of groups that gone looking for Paranormal State is the main one.
yeah, I think that's the one we were watching.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stuck in my head. Thanks, Shadows.
Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, wada, wada, bing, bang. Do you remember that? What is wrong with you? You got to remember that.
When you say something like
Flip
that,
the Rolodex.
what I remember is Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Do you guys help me? Wow. I apologize for this whole freaking stream. Oh my God. No.
Walla Walla Bing Bang.
Yeah, Walla Walla Bing Bang.
All I can think of is the Chattanooga Choo Choo.
How those two even remotely.
The witch doctor is just as old as that.
That's true, Patrick. Yeah.
Yep. I won't even screw with pufferfish. It's not even worth.
Not worth it.
What's Missy bleeding on about? Chimp talk.
Really, Andy? Really?
Don't worry, I didn't dime you out. She can read it.
So, the Mothman Prophecies.
Okay.
John Klein and his wife Mary are involved in a strange car crash. Treatment for Mary's injuries reveal a brain tumor which later kills her. Before she dies, she drafts odd drawings of a winged creature. Years later, John is driving in Virginia and unintentionally arrives in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. After Point Pleasant residents begin reporting supernatural happenings, including the collapse of the bridge that led to dozens of deaths, which appear oddly similar to Mary's drawings, John becomes obsessed with finding this mythical creature known as Mothman.
No, that's the one that they kept seeing around that bridge
Yes,
before it collapsed.
And then it collapsed, yeah. According to the 1975, by the same name, John Keel, which you know John Keel from Hellier.
Yes.
When they went and interviewed the author, yes.
We got to keep the autopsy of Jane Doe on memory. Scoop says you got to watch it. It's scary as hell.
Ooh, okay. I'll definitely. Let me write that down.
Yeah, it's called The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Is it going to make me jump?
Yes, Scoops. John Keel is real.
Yep.
Yes. She says don't watch it alone.
Oh, great. Thanks, Scoops. So, the reality, according to the 1975 book of the same name by John Keel, Point Pleasant, West Virginia residents reported seeing a large winged creature believed to be a possible alien in 1966 and 67. The creature, believed to be the Mothman, was white, had red eyes, and was described as a flying man with 10-foot wings. In December of 1967, the Silver Bridge collapsed, killing 46 people. Investigators who attempted to verify these claims disputed the authenticity of the creature, stating that the residents likely saw a large heron or sandhill crane. Additionally, the connection of the bridge collapse was later declared unfounded, as the collapse was ruled a result of structural defect.
Nicole, I'm pretty sure autopsy is on 99% of everybody's bucket list. Yeah, I remember. Matter of fact, it was the program earlier that we were watching when they were talking about the bridge and the Mothman, and they come to discover that he wasn't there to hurt anybody.
No,
he was there to warn them.
That's my theory of it.
I still don't think he was there to hurt anybody.
No, I believe the Mothman. That's why he's seen in different cities and everything like that.
Something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, I believe he's not like the harbinger of death, but he's the warner of death. Well, you left me anyhow, and then days got worse and worse. Now I've gone completely.
What? What?
I don't know.
I am confused.
Who left you, Ron? I didn't leave you. I would never leave you.
You bitch.
Maybe in death I'll leave you. No.
That was another thing last night. When I was in somebody's feed, and they asked about reincarnation, and I, my belief, it's kind of like you're going to come back until you're done doing what you were supposed to do.
Okay.
And somebody says, well, does time reset? And then it shot me back to what you told me. Can't reset time.
Right.
Time's man-made.
Right.
So time doesn't reset. Your life might reset, but time doesn't.
Right. You keep going. We're all living, my theory is, and as well as some other theory, people's theories, it's not just mine, but is that we're living in past, present, and future at the same time.
All at the same
That's
time.
a lot to take in at
Hey,
one
Sid.
time. Hey, Sid.
Because
Good
I believe we're made of matter. That's
Right.
all we are.
Right. And we're living, that's why we can like rework our memories and stuff like that.
Yeah, Patrick. There's no way I can do it.
You're not the first one.
I wouldn't be able to stand that. It's not that.
Yeah, I've heard that, Nicole.
What's that?
It's kind of like when it comes to time and space, like the astronaut, the twins. As a matter of fact, I just read this last night. Since we were talking about the twin astronauts, do you know what I'm talking about?
Sorry, I was reading what Andy said because Andy's got a good point.
Okay, calm down.
Well, you calm down. You're over there beating on the desk. The twins, what twins?
The astronauts. One went up in space and one stayed.
Oh yeah. And they
said that his brother, the one that went up in space, is now 3 or 0.13 milliseconds older than
just
his brother
because of
down
the time
here.
difference, or the difference in the atmosphere.
Yeah, because the time.
They're coming to take me
Fight.
Who's saying fight?
Skook. Fight. Believe me, that's nothing.
I'm made of a mix. It don't matter and couldn't give a fortune. Why didn't he just say the word shit?
Fornication isn't that.
I know.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. I apologize for this whole stream.
I'm not apologizing for a damn thing.
Lordy.
Yeah. Ron says I can't type fast. It sounds like me. How does what? Scoots wants to know how to
Yeah,
vote.
I see that.
Okay. Well, half the time you ain't paying attention. I got to tell you.
You can do the you go I vote and then whatever. Not I vote, but the exclamation mark vote plus the whatever one you want.
Oh, Andy, don't be mean like that.
What the hell? So Henry, portrait of a serial killer.
Now, Henry is a portrait of a, or are they saying
This
portraying?
is the movie. No, this is the movie title. Henry, portrait of a serial killer.
Okay.
Sharing a home with Otis and Otis's sister, serial killer. Henry mercilessly kills numerous women. On sharing a home with Otis and Otis's sister, serial killer Henry mercilessly kills numerous women. On one occasion, Henry kills a pair of hookers picked up by him and Otis, with Otis witnessing the murders. As the killing continues, Otis becomes more and more involved in the murders. Henry kills hundreds, all without remorse, but also builds a relationship with Otis's sister, as the two have similar backgrounds.
The sister and Henry?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the movie. The reality is, it was directly inspired by serial killer Henry Lee Lucas and accomplice Otis Toole. Though Henry was convicted of 11 murders, the film took license with other killings for a dramatic effect. Henry allegedly confessed as many as 600 murders. However, many believe he only did so to improve prison conditions, not because he actually committed the crimes. He is one of the only cases in Texas where his death sentence was commuted to life in prison. Lucas died in prison of heart failure in 2001. That's the real life.
That's like way off from what the movie was.
Kinda.
Scoops is, and I don't think Scoops is understanding how to do the vote.
You don't have to put she's on BRB right now.
Yeah, I was going to try to tell you, but you were too busy telling the story, so I was like, but yeah, I think she's having problems trying to figure out how to vote.
Yeah, just don't put when she comes back, if you catch her.
Now, how the hell am I going to catch her? I'm on the internet.
One of you guys, can you let Scoop know not to put the parentheses in there?
No, I think when she put that there, I think that's what she thought how to vote is in chat. Do you know what I mean? Instead of going to the actual ballot.
No, you don't go to the actual ballot. She did it right, except for putting the parentheses in there.
What is it? The main parentheses?
Well, the little minus and less things.
Minus and less?
Oh, yeah, and less. Oh.
Because you can have less than minus.
I need more coffee.
But what's weird though is this girl getting involved with him.
Well, he was staying with her and her brother.
That's what I understand it, but he's out killing all these women.
And her brother even witnessed and then started helping him kill these people.
So it became two-person propaganda.
Sounds like it, yeah. I've never seen the movie. Have any of you guys seen the movie?
And they hid this from her? She never found out, or?
It didn't say. Well, obviously they didn't hide it for long because he went to jail.
Well, that's true.
So this movie, The Entity, this movie I remember I seen when I was young and it scared the shit out of me.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah. Single mother Carla Moran begins to experience paranormal happenings in her home and outside of her house, including violent rape by supposed poltergeists. She seeks help, enlisting the assistance of a therapist and friends. The friend witnessed an attack, which piques the friend's interest in the paranormal. Meanwhile, the therapist believes that the happenings are in her mind as some sort of regression to sexual assault that actually occurred when she was a child. Carla turns to other parapsychologists at a nearby college to investigate the demons, which result in an elaborate setup of her home in hopes to trap the ghost. I do remember this freaking movie, and it did scare the shit out of me. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, Heather. Yeah, exactly. This movie was scary.
Hello again, Freaky Geek.
Hello again, Freaky Geek.
See, the name sounds familiar, but the movie just doesn't.
I bet you when you if you started watching this movie, you'd be like, oh yeah, I remember, because it's an older movie.
Oh, I know it's older.
The reality is a Culver City, California woman, Doris Bither, reported being physically.
Smelling a goddamn exhaust.
Oh,
man.
that you, yeah. The Culver City woman, Doris Beater, reported being physically and sexually assaulted by a demon in her home. 2 paranormal investigators were enlisted to study the happenings. The investigator experienced strange events such as floating lights and objects moving within their home.
Answer Patrick.
All of which was captured in photographs. However, the near witnessed any attacks on the woman and were unable to prove her claims. That is the entity. Isn't that where the lights come down the stairs? Almost like Poltergeist?
I thought that kind of sounds familiar now. No freaky, nobody popped the lid. Because of the construction work they're doing outside the building here. Welcome back, Scoots.
Welcome back, Scoots. You did everything right, just don't put the little...
More than, less than.
Yeah, those little symbols.
But outside where they're doing the construction, we're getting a lot of the diesel exhaust smell coming up into our room, and
it's the entity, Skook. But yeah, I do remember that movie, and that scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, it sounds familiar now.
Yeah. The next one is Dead Ringers. There you go.
Do you have to space it or just... It doesn't matter.
I think it's, yeah. Yeah, that could be Freaky Geek. That's why you're so giddy today, Eddie.
No, that's what made me wake up at 6 o'clock this morning with a bad headache. Usually I'll wake up and I'll have a headache, but my head hurt so bad. That's what woke me up.
Yeah. So the next one is Dead Ringers, which is identical twins, Elliot and Beverly Mantle, work as a successful gynecologist in their own clinic. They seduce their patients having sexual relations with the same woman and without the women knowing the difference. Beverly falls in love with a troubled actress and seeks to distance herself from Elliot. After the actress finds out about the woman's sharing practices, she distances herself from the doctors, which leads Beverly in a downward spiral involving drugs and depression. The reality of it is Stuart and Cyril Marcus served as identical twin gynecologists in New York City in 1975. Their bodies were found already partially decayed in their shared apartment, having died from barbiturate withdrawals. Their lives and eventual deaths were chronicled in a series of essays and novels, all which were the inspiration for the film. Wow. That doesn't even sound like the film. I don't know what. I mean,
no,
honestly,
that doesn't sound
I'm thinking that maybe this lady Beverly, or not Beverly, but the lady that Beverly fell in love with.
So Beverly fell in love with a woman.
Yes.
And the woman was having sexual affair with the doctors.
No, they were seducing their patients. They were drugging them.
So the women were doctors, the gynecologists.
There was identical twins, Elliot and Beverly. Guy and girl.
Okay, all right.
Brother and sister.
Now I'm getting...
Right, yeah.
Wait a minute. You can't have identical twins, male and female. They can't be identical.
That's what they said.
How can they be identical when one has a penis and one don't?
I don't know.
I'm just saying. I think that's where I was getting confused.
Right, yeah. I know. When it comes to this whole identical twin shit, he's like dead on. He's like, you can't have...
See, even Freaky Geek says, I thought the story was about two brothers.
No, unless one was named Beverly.
Well, you never know. You know, there's no...
Yeah, true.
Heather just keeps laughing. But all I'm saying is you can't be identical and you're a woman and a male. It just doesn't work.
I don't know. I'm not that into this. I'm not a doctor.
Beverly is a man's name? I'm glad my parents didn't hate me that bad.
I mean, I know Kelly is, and Jamie is. And...
It has to do with their facial... Nope. That's not what identical twins mean.
Oh, so maybe it was both brothers then. But it didn't know because it says, wrong. It helps to read the right story. Transsexual.
Yes, they are, Freaky. You're absolutely right.
Oh, no, you're right. Because Beverly falls in love with a troubled actress and seeks distance himself from Elliot. So Beverly wasn't. Okay, so it was two dudes.
Okay. See,
It didn't even help with their real name. One was Stuart and the other one was Cyril.
Cyril.
Cyril. Sure it wasn't Sybil.
But but that's where I got that. I got so confused right from the beginning. I'm like, wait a minute.
You typing it out, Skook? I still. It doesn't. I don't know how to pronounce it. Cyril.
Creel.
Ryan.
It was two goddamn guys.
Yeah, that's a freaky movie too. Freaky Geek Sybil. Really? See, I didn't even. Cyril.
Cyril. You know what? I'm just gonna give up that. Look, it was two guys.
Oh, really? Was it really, Heather? Dylan and Cole Sprouse were the actors in the movie? No shit. When did that movie come out?
Who's Dylan and Cole Sprouse?
Dylan and Cole Sprouse are the ones that well, now Cole plays on Riverdale as Jughead.
Oh, really?
Remember the two twins that played with Kim from Supernatural?
Yeah.
Their mom on the boat and in the hotel?
No.
You don't remember that? My kids know that one.
But that's where I was getting confused when you said identical twins.
That was my bad. That was my fuck up. Today.
Whoa, I can't believe you just dropped the F-bomb.
I did. There's, 3 times I was wrong today.
No, I'm just saying, like, what confused me is you said identical twins, and you're saying one's a male, one's a female. I'm like, you're not identical then.
Yeah, Zach and Cody. The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. That's right.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. You know who Kim is on Supernatural?
Yes.
Okay. She's the sheriff, Joe.
Yes.
Jody, I mean. She played their mom. They lived in a hotel.
I know what you're talking
there
about
you go.
now. Shows if you don't keep
That's
track,
right.
nobody
Freaky
will.
Geek. If I don't keep track, nobody will.
Oh, no, trust me. I know how many times in a day she screws up.
I don't know. Andy might be keeping track over there. He keeps track of a lot of stuff. Everyone hide. What are you saying, Jim? The world is now going to blow up. Missy's been wrong 3 times.
She's off the rails. Run.
After today, I might think so. Holy hell.
I got
It's between, going outside and smelling the diesel or the exhaust and then coming up here and smelling the bleach.
Yeah. Freaky Geek summed it up right there.
Yeah. Thank you, Freaky Geek.
Welcome back, Just Jim, or have you just been lurking?
I knew a set of identical twins that was male and female, and they looked like the same and had the same blood type. They could also donate organs. Okay.
Shadow said the F-bomb hide. I just can't see how you can be a male or female identical. What is it? Fraternal twins?
Yeah.
I can see. Oh, Jim has been lurking.
He's like, oh, no. I've been here the whole time.
They also played in the movie.
Yeah, they were the little boy in
Oh, is he the one that he was the little boy that did the big old booger thing and then sucked it back up?
I never watched that movie, but yes.
You've seen Adam Sandler and Big Daddy. Yes, she has.
If I have, I haven't paid attention. I mean, I know the movie. I know of the movie.
To each other without rejection problems.
That's awesome. That's awesome that they could do that. Seriously.
I just couldn't fathom it possible. But, I'm not a doctor. So,
He just plays one on the internet.
yes.
So, Psycho. Psycho is the next movie. In the 1960s Psycho, Marion Crane checks into the Bates Hotel to hide away after embezzling money from her employer. Little did she know that once you check in, you can never check out. Disturbed hotel owner Norman Bates is a huge mama's boy with lots of issues and a big knife. After Crane goes missing, her boss hires a private detective to find out what happened to her and his money. When he tracks Crane to the motel, he discovers more than he ever imagined.
I think they're kind of having problems trying to figure out how to vote. Because Ricky just said vote.
The doctor said it was rare, but as embryos, they each develop different sexes.
That's well, I mean, I guess it ain't impossible when a human being can be born with both sex parts.
Right.
So
I didn't notice, way back when, but the movie Psycho was based off of Ed Gein.
Really?
The serial killer. Yeah, I never knew that. I found out, I knew it today, but I mean, I didn't know it, when I first knew about Psycho. Much like the fictional character Bates, Gein was inexplicably obsessed with his dead mother. Although controlling, Gaines loved the women, and after her death, the serial killer spiraled. Gein began brutally murdering victims in Wisconsin, just like Alfred Hitchcock's Deranged Star. The similarities are haunting and numerous. That's crazy. Again, here's another one that I didn't know was off of him. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. A group of young adults pick up a traumatized hitchhiker. Instead of being rewarded for their good deed, though, they became prey to a deranged killer, Leatherface. In fact, Leatherface's entire family is sociopathic, brutally harming or murdering anyone that gets in their way. Only one young person from the original group of 5 escapes harm. All the others die, further contributing to the monstrous collection of human flesh.
And he says, I think you should have a special edition of your show, Missy, and get Freaky the Ghost.
If you can get Freaky Geek up here, Andy, I would love it.
Dude, I would die.
So Leatherface was based off of Ed Gein too, which I can understand because he used to wear human flesh.
Well, yeah, like a skinwalker.
Yeah. But I never knew it was about him.
Freaky says he damn near spit his tea out. Yeah, it's so you got.
I would beg on my knees.
You got 2 different scenarios based off the same guy.
Yeah, pretty wild, right?
Actually, wasn't Leatherface before Chainsaw Massacre?
Leatherface is the dude in Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was his name?
Yes.
I'm kind of confused with what he's asking. I think I understand what he's asking.
The next movie.
Hey, I've been waiting for you to go.
I didn't know. I was
because I can tell when you want me to shut up. So I'm sitting here reading, and you're just sitting there like.
Gregory Wilson's The Girl Next Door is perhaps one of the most depraved horror films ever made. I'd never seen this. Released in 2007, the movie is chilling not because of a chainsaw-wielding serial killer or twisted poltergeist. The true villain is both more human and more horrifying than any scary movie lover could imagine. A young teen girl, Meg, is the title character and most sympathetic. After her parents die in a car accident, she and her younger sister are fostered by a mom in the neighborhood. Nothing goes well for the orphan girls, and Ruth, the woman who takes care of them, is evil, adulterated. She beats Meg, burns her, taunts her carelessly. Few adults believe the victim's claims, though in fact the young teen tries to seek help. She is brutalized further. Ruth allows her biological sons to rape and assault Meg. Eventually, the innocent girl dies from neglect and abuse. Her sister barely makes it out of the toxic house alive. I've never seen this movie.
That doesn't even sound familiar. Sorry, I just my wings are starting to sprout.
The reality, unfortunately, Wilson's film is based on true events and a book written by Jack Ketchum. Sylvia Likens and her sister Jenny were true victims of this Indiana crime. The girls' parents, Lester and Betty Likens, boarded the girls in Gertrude Benzewiecki's house for $20 a week. When Benzewiecki received payment late, she began to brutalize the children. Sylvia was her main target. She beat the young teen, sexually assaulted her, and encouraged neighborhood children to join in the depravity.
So they were like, you say they were orphans?
No, in the movie they're orphans, but in reality they're living in a boarding house.
Okay, they're so $20 a week?
This was on October 26, 1965.
Oh, 1965. I'm like, damn it, I need to pay that kind of rent.
Yeah, right? Police found Sylvia's fatally mangled body with over 150 wounds and bruises.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you, Heather, for the lemons. I appreciate it. We appreciate it.
She ain't never going to get the we part down. It's
know.
always about her. Don't worry about it.
Shockingly, Benzewiecki, whatever the heck her name is, was released from prison, a life prison sentence on parole. She died a free woman. That's crazy.
Would that be about a microsecond after Missy's fist impacts Eddie's chin, freaky? Oh, about when I'm going to take flight? that took me a hot second to put it together that he was actually commenting towards what Freaky said.
Right.
Because I made the comment that my wings are starting to sprout.
The Right is so the next movie is The Right. And I sort of remember this movie.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's a 2011 movie based on Matt Baglio's book, The Right, The Making of a Modern Exorcist. Directed by Michael Hastron, the horror film documents the life of a young man who enters the seminary to receive a free college education. Michael, the main character, does well in a religious environment, though. One particular priest, who's played by that guy that plays all the bad people. He was the bad one in Speed.
Patrick's saying, he says he remembers hearing about that on the news and a story about evil cases in the world.
Oh, really?
And Andy's trying to get me in trouble. If you read what he says, I take it Missy still ain't watched all the 24-hour stream. He might find himself in the past then, Andy. And for the future. Screw you guys.
One particular priest noticed and insists the young man's venture to Rome to receive exorcism training. Michael goes, still skeptical, until he meets a young girl that seems quite possessed. Michael's tutor, Father Lucas, fails to exorcise the girl when she dies. The demon, Belle, inhabits the priest, and Michael has no choice but to perform an exorcism on his own.
Now he's doing this on a dead girl.
No, when the girl died, the demon went into the father.
Oh, okay. All right. Now he's trying to do an exorcism on himself?
No, his
Her
tutor.
father.
No, the father, the priest that exorcised her. He was in training.
I got what you're saying.
But the priest, Dennis Hopper.
Who's he? I mean, the name sounds familiar.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper. He's the one that plays the bad guy in Speed. He's the one that plays the bad guy in everything. You know
I know what you're talking about.
He was the bad guy in Phone Booth.
Yeah. I know who you're
Yeah.
talking about now. See,
He
look
plays
at,
bad
they're
guy.
all trying to get me in trouble right now. At least we don't talk behind you. Absolutely freaky, and even if you did, I wouldn't care. But Jim's saying what happens on Eddie's channel stays on Eddie's channel. See, Jim, no. Here's the thing. Shadows can go back and look.
Oh, that's
Sounds like a movie my
creepy,
son told me
Andy.
about. One by one, this bad spirit moves through a family. Yeah,
It does sound like that, though.
yeah. Jim cough. That kind of sounds. That'd be wicked.
Yeah, no shit. So Poltergeist apparently was based off a true story. Well, not that they wrote it off of her story, but it says this cult classic is based on a real story, and they're based on James Herman and Lucille Herman of Long Island, New York, and how their family experienced real poltergeist activity when they watched when they moved to a new house. When Lucille was asked if she watched Poltergeist movies, she had a chilling response. I never saw Poltergeist. I felt I had my own nightmare. It's one thing to watch a scary movie. It's a whole different thing to watch when your actual life is one.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're going to go through the turmoil and the pain and the surprises, of course it's going to be different.
Right.
These guys are just, I'm blocking every single one of them.
Yeah, okay, Andy. I believe that one.
When the hell am I going to be a new daddy?
I don't know. Sure the hell ain't going to be with me.
There's a
Nightmare on Elm Street?
What's the movie, so they say. Huh?
Yeah, Heather, you're right. I know the little girl that played.
I thought it said Cruise. That's why I'm like,
I've heard a couple different stories. I believe she died of appendicitis, or she had another disease.
Everybody that was involved in that died of some kind of organ failure.
The oldest sister. My favorite Poltergeist movie is the second or third one. The one where they go live with their aunt and uncle in the high rise. That's my favorite one. But the big sister of her, she ended up dying. There was a lot of people on it. It's like the people that wrote the Necronomicon or the Ninth Gate. That was a good movie.
That was
I saw that movie for the first time, about a month ago?
Yeah, like a month and a half.
Yeah, with Johnny Depp, the Ninth Gate. That was a good movie.
That was messed up.
But the Necronomicon, pieced all together, is supposedly going to cause paranormal activity and demons in your house. And so they had with the Necronomicon, that's separated. Yeah, Heather O'Rourke. Yeah.
Where is she at? Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it cursed the production. Yeah, exactly. So, Nightmare on Elm Street. For casual horror fans, it might come to a surprise that this 80s horror thriller from Wes Craven was inspired by actual events, particularly disturbing moment in world history in South Asia after the Vietnam War. After the end of the Cambodian Civil War in 1970s, the Communist Party of Kampuchea took control of the country and killed over 1 million people under the rule of Pol Pot. This Cambodian genocide was done. The killing fields, and Wes Craven was inspired by a family that escaped them to the United States, but one of their children ended up still having horrible dreams about being murdered. Wes Craven explains in his own words in 1999 interview, the history of Nightmare on Elm Street is kind of interesting. I read a newspaper article in the LA Times about an immigrant, a recent immigrant to the United States, a young man who had complained to his parents about severe nightmares. I think they were from Cambodia. And he was assured that the nightmares were not that unusual. He shouldn't be so afraid. He started staying up and refusing to sleep. The family became concerned and they sought help of a doctor. The doctor, of course, prescribed sleeping pills. The young man apparently took them, and in the end turned out he did not. Oh, apparently said that he was taking them, but he didn't. He was taking them and putting them aside. He had a coffee pot in his room after a while to stay awake, and nobody quite knew what to do. At one point, he was downstairs watching TV in the middle of the night, and he fell asleep. His family noticed finally that he was asleep, and they brought him to his bed. The whole family went to bed themselves, thinking, thank God he's finally sleeping. Then they heard the screams an hour later, ran to his room, and he was thrashing in his bed.
Patrick says that there's a book. It's also called The Bible of the Dead.
Yes, that's Necronomicon.
Yeah, well, no, it's. Yeah, I think because I'm watching chat, and Freaky was kind of not understanding what a Necronomicon was.
Necronomicon?
Yeah, that. And he's just saying that it's the Bible of the Dead.
Yeah. Then he heard screams an hour later, ran to his room, and he was thrashing in his bed. By that time they got to him, he was dead. So did he, and what makes this true story even creepier and unbearably morbid is that many of the young men that fled Cambodia during the genocide also experienced the same psychological terror, which is later classified as Son's disease, which is sudden explained nocturnal death syndrome.
Well, isn't Cambodia like one of the countries where voodoo is like widely practiced?
I don't know, but this came from a whole genocide of people killing their people.
And he's asking Pastor if it's on audiobook.
I doubt it.
I wouldn't doubt it these days.
It's not a book to be messed with.
Yeah,
I had a copy of the book, and even with that,
what?
I had a copy of the book.
Oh, I'm glad you said had.
No, way back when like Taylor was a baby, I had a copy of that book, and that it just you could, even though it was a copy of the book, you could feel the
you
energy.
could still feel the evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I read about the mad.
That's not something you want to even put your hands on.
The mad Arab.
But most countries have some form of sorcery. No. I know there's voodoo, and I can't think of
what hoodoo.
No, voodoo.
Okay. The
like
voodoo that you do?
It's like down near like Nigeria, where the hell did they go?
In South Africa.
Yeah, it's down in Cambodia, all that kind of area. I know they practice voodoo,
but it's some of it is. You have to really look into it because voodoo is not. That's the more spiritual side of it. Hoodoo is more not so nice side of it. Is Cambodia Asia? Is it? I don't freaking know. I'm lucky I know where Valdez, Alaska is. Child's Play. Child's Play. Can anybody guess what Child Play? Yeah, hoodoo is not nice. Although I do know some hoodoo practitioners. I know. Did you fart or was that something outside?
What the?
Oh, it's a truck starting up. I hear it now.
Wow! Holy crap!
Can anybody? What doll Child's Play is based on? Does anybody know? Anybody? I know. No. Well, yes, Chucky, but I mean, what is that? All right, I have to give you that, Heather. Yes, Chucky, but that's not. Yes, Eddie does. Eddie can fart like a V8.
Well, I hope you never see me fart. Oh no! You were answering shadows.
It's actually, which I surprised. It's actually no, my buddy. That's another freak one too. Yeah.
That was a freaky doll in itself.
my buddy
and me.
It's actually based off of Robert the Doll.
Who the hell is Robert?
You've never heard of Robert the Doll? You've seen him.
Obviously. No, hold on. Wait, which one's that?
I'll share it so you know.
No, I'm good. You ain't got to share it.
No. That's Robert the Doll.
Hold on. That looks like a potato with a bunch of things stuck in it.
You've heard of Robert the Doll. We watched too many things to know. So, anyway, remember that evil, but also the kind of comical killer doll Chucky? That little guy was inspired by a real-life voodoo doll. Robert the Doll, in the 1900s, a young boy, Eugene Robert Otto, was given a doll. Just like Chucky, the doll ended up terrorizing the child and other children that would inherit it. Now in a museum and advertised as a doll suffering from demonic possession, the staff where the doll is held in Key West report strange things around it. Staff members report that Robert's facial expression changes, hearing demonic giggling, and have even seen Robert put his hand up to the glass.
The doll.
Yes, you can see Robert the Doll does not really look like Chucky, but the doll is where the whole horror franchise started. Robert the Doll is very, I don't know. I get mixed emotions with Robert the Doll. I don't not believe in him. I believe there's definitely some sort of energy around them or around him. But it's a very weird, I don't know.
I would be more worried about Annabelle.
Looks like Pinocchio. Yeah, I never knew that Chucky was after Robert the Doll. That's pretty wild.
I recognize patterns and things.
Dead Ringers. Oh, we already read that one. Never mind. I lied.
Oh, see here. There's number 4.
Silence of the Lambs, of course, was made from Ed
Yeah,
Gein.
we know that. Children of the Corn.
We know Fire in the Sky was with Travis.
Did you hear about all the drama with Annabelle lately? Yeah. Oh my God. You know what? And this is, you know what? I'm going to let Shadows tell you, because this is something that she personally received from Zach Bagans himself.
I actually, I don't like Tony. I don't like Tony Spera. I think he has a holier than thou attitude. I actually commented on Zach's post the other day, and I gained more respect for Zach. Now, mind you, I watched Ghost Adventures I want to see what equipment they're using, first of all. That's my main thing.
That's pretty much why we watch it.
But it's something that Ghost Adventures is something of I watch it more for entertainment purposes. But I commented because to me personally, and this is just my opinion, Tony has a very holier than thou attitude about things. Like, I've got the Annabelle, who, you know what I mean, type of thing. I don't like people like that. You know what I mean? So I did comment on Zach's, and he said, "Thanks, Missy." But because I told him, it's true. I told him, I said, I gained more respect for you over this post because of the fact that all the shit that he's taken over these years.
Zach Bagans is taking
taken a lot of shit in criticism. And I told him, and I'm honest with people, and I say some of it for me. Not that that means anything, but, you know, I've talked bad about Zach. I have.
Yes, you're right. Tony was way off base.
Yeah, exactly, Heather. I just think Tony, I've never, since Tony Spera come around the community and everything, he's out for the money. He wasn't, like, Lorraine and Ed would never have taken freaking Annabelle out of that case, let alone had taken her around on a plane in a suitcase. You know, the points that Zach brings up are, to me, quite valid.
They're right on the money.
You know what I mean? You would never see Ed and Lorraine.
That doll would have never left that case.
Right.
It would have stayed right there.
Yeah. And I mean, to me, it's just.
And I love how Zach went on to publicly embarrass him, saying you didn't have a problem taking thousands of dollars.
Exactly, Jim. Yeah, like he said, first class tickets for Annabelle.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you're endangering a whole freaking plane of people. But yet you can't understand that somebody being, I mean, and I'm just saying, I don't know. Like everybody in the community, like Jason Hawes has spoke up about it.
Well, no, that's not true, Nicole.
About
she's saying in Ghost Adventures, every ghost is a demon.
Well, she's
close.
Yeah.
Not all of them. Somebody was tempting fate by
exactly.
You ain't lying, freaky geek.
And Heather, you're right. Tony is seeing dollars. Jason Hawes has commented on that, like calling yourself a paranormal investigator. No, he got, because he's Ed and Lorraine's son-in-law.
That's how he got to where he is.
You know, I mean, I don't know what went on with them and Johnny. I mean, I know Johnny loves his aunt and uncle very much, and why he didn't get the stuff. He just might not have had the room.
Maybe he didn't want it.
Yeah, exactly.
Something
so
like
I'm not
that.
going to even speculate on that.
Something like that. You didn't. No, you ain't leaving that there. I don't want it.
Right.
But don't put it in the hands of somebody that's going to, put all these lives in jeopardy.
Right.
But I think the biggest thing I hate about Zach, and we've gone over this, is when you do EMV.
No, EVP.
Huh?
EVP.
I know. I know. We started going back. EVPs. What I hate is don't post up what you think it said before I hear it, because then it's subliminal messaging, and that's what you're going to hear. Let me hear what the hell it says,
right,
before you tell me what you think it said.
And don't get me wrong, like I don't usually talk about things like this when it comes into the drama and the paranormal. Whatever. That's why I left 10 years ago.
You're right, Heather. That's exactly how Tony got his 5 minutes of fame.
That's what, that's why I left for my 10-year hiatus. I was so sick of this bullshit that went on in paranormal. We're all trying to figure out the same thing here, people. You know what I mean? But even Tony's videos on YouTube, I mean, it's not something like I'm just putting it out there because, I'm siding with Zach, because no, it's not that. I've watched Tony's videos on YouTube. I just don't get a good feeling from him. I've never met him in person. Maybe his whole attitude's different.
Is the floor shaking?
I think the washer's on.
That's weird because it's usually shaking a hell of a lot harder than that. This is just like a little rumble.
That was from you moving your hands.
I know, that's why. Yeah. That's why I picked up my hand.
Sorry, guys. The precautions you got to take. But no, I mean, it's not. I'm just not. I like I said, maybe he's totally different in person. From what I've heard, he's not. But what can I say?
Well, if you got Zach talking about him the way he did, then he's no different in person than what he is on.
I don't understand how Tony can, like he was so into bathing himself in holy oil and stuff like that, or holy water, and touching Annabelle and stuff like that. But he can't come to the realization that maybe Annabelle.
I'm not quite sure, Patrick.
Wanted to, get touched by Zach. Do you know what I'm saying?
And Freaky, that's exactly it. Don't tell me what I think I hear. Let me listen.
We thought, Patrick.
Yeah, it's odd. If it's the washing machines below us, it's not a normal shake like we normally get. So, in here, it can happen at any time. You have no idea.
Yeah, Nicole, I agree.
Some strange.
That's why you see me looking over here, because I have
exactly, Nicole.
I have a lamp that has this. Let me see if I can get in.
A little bit more.
Little bit more.
There you go, right there.
This chain right here. So, and my pendulum. So I look over there to see if they're shaking.
If they start shaking, then we know we're going into earthquake mode.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you meant, freaky. Hell, I can't even say it. I usually say EMB or something. But she knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, just don't put into my head what you think I want to hear. I want to hear it for myself.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got to go over? We got 17 minutes left.
Black Water. I've never seen that.
I've never even heard of it.
Apparently, it was, I guess, here's a creature based on real life animal attack in Australia through suspenseful storytelling set in mangrove swamps of northern Australia. The movie gives a dramatic retelling of a crocodile attack. It began as a fun day out, quad biking. I don't know what that is. In Australian outback, but ended in disaster. With one young man killed in a crocodile and his two friends perched all night in a tree while the predator circled below. Ooh.
Skooks, that's not necessarily true. Just because you go to search for something doesn't.
I can understand what she's saying though, because if you meddle, you'll, yeah.
But no, because it goes to say along the same lines as a damn spirit. If they want you to see them, you'll see it.
Right.
If you go looking for it, doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna find it.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying too. I get both points. Of course, we got The Conjuring. My friend Donna.
That was a good movie.
The Conjuring.
Yes.
Like The Conjuring?
Yes, I like that movie. That was a little on the demented side.
My friend Dahmer, of course, obviously was about Jeffrey Dahmer.
Which that one, stiff as a board, light as a feather.
Yeah.
That one was pretty wicked.
The Netflix original tells the story, extremely wicked, shocking, evil, and vile. This is on Netflix, I guess. It's about Ted Bundy.
Oh, God.
The Zodiac Killer. We watched that.
That messes your mind up bad. The Zodiac Killer?
Yeah, that's freaky. That was a freaky movie. Deranged. Ever love someone so much that you kept their body even after death? This 1974, again, about Ed Gein, is exactly that, inspired by the life of America's most notorious serial killer, Ed Gein.
You're right, freaky. There is a game, or well, they call it a TV show, but it's not really a TV show. But people that do it online, it used to be rumored that when you did it, soon after somebody was dying.
What TV show is this?
Was it The Conjuring?
How come I never heard of this? You know, I would have been right there watching it, trying to play the game.
See, I look at it this way. You know, being into the paranormal and everything, you can't go out looking for it because you won't find it. If they want you to see them, they will show you. And we still got to go back because we got to upload from our Connect.
Yeah.
And we got to edit.
Our SLS camera.
Yeah. But we got to edit out some voice stuff in there. No, nothing like that, you dirty-minded bastards. But we caught 2 on our SLS camera at the same time.
Has anybody seen the movie The Possession? I haven't seen that. That happened in 2012, came out. This movie is based on a real haunted Dybbuk box story. Whoever bought that box faces its consequences. Is this on the real Dybbuk box? Like the one that Zach has in his museum? That Dybbuk box? Have you seen it? I know I haven't seen it. Numerous owners of the box reported strange things happening to them on eBay. So you're looking for a box to keep your wine bottles safe? What? I don't even fucking know what that means.
I'm confused.
I don't even know what to say about that.
I have no idea what the hell you were just talking about. But how to go from a box to a wine bottle?
I don't know. Since this movie is based on a real haunted Dybbuk box story, whoever bought that box faced its consequences. Okay.
Okay.
Numerous owners of the box reported strange things happening to them on eBay. So they bought the box. Then they'd resell it because they didn't want it no more. And then they're asking, so are you looking for a box to keep your wine bottles safe? I don't know. I think that would
probably because nobody wants to open it.
Yeah.
So you put a wine bottle in there, that bitch is going to be in there for 1,000 years because ain't nobody opening the damn box.
Wow. Deliver Us from Evil, 2014. Okay. Like exorcism, the exorcism movies with twisted old tricks. This is what you say. This is what will save you. It is based on the book called Beware of the Night, which is based on non-fictional events. Book yourself in for this. So Deliver Us from Evil. I think I've seen that, but I don't know. Light as a feather. Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly, Patrick. Exactly. I've seen yeah, definitely. And they're like, and a lot of them are like, well, why is it haunted? There's nothing around there. It's usually deals with the land or something that they possess in their, home or, or them themselves. Yeah, I mean, who wants it? Hey, if you're a ghost, who says you don't want a new home? The hell? Eaten alive. Talking about alligators, apparently. Fire in the Sky. We already said that. Curse of the Zodiac. Of course, that's based on the Zodiac Killer. Silent House. It's an independent American horror movie based on a real incident in Uruguay. If you like real-time footage in your horror movies, then this has it. Ooh. Silent House. No, maybe I'm thinking of
Silent Hill.
No, I'm not thinking of Silent Hill. I'm thinking the house at the end of the street, or
that was a wild movie.
Or the one with the glass house. I don't know. See so many freaking movies in my head.
Wasn't it a house with the glass windows?
Is that the one I'm thinking of?
It might be the house with the glass windows.
I checked in the house that turned to be built on a forgotten Potter's Field. Oh wow, Patrick!
Both in the night and during the day, not always fun. But I didn't catch what Patrick said.
Patrick said he checked out because they were talking about like it's not only old abandoned houses that are haunted. There's some new houses, And
it could be some object or something that you brought in.
Right. He said, I checked out a new house that turned out to be built on a forgotten Potter's Field.
That's what it was called. Thank you, Heather. The glass house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's what I'm getting mixed up with this movie.
I knew it was something like that. I knew I was close to the right name.
The Dentist, 1966 movie. The one thing we know for sure is that after seeing this movie, your next visit to the dentist will be really hard. It's based on a dentist who turned out to be a serial killer.
That's why I just had to rip all my teeth out.
Yeah, right?
I never got to go back.
Mm-hmm. Wolf Creek in 2005. What's your mom saying about not talking to strangers? Stranger danger. This movie is basically loosely based on two men, Ivan Millet and Bradley John Murdoch, and their crimes. This movie will send shivers down your spine.
That's true too, Heather.
No, 13 Ghosts is my favorite movie. I gotta check out the...
No, what I'm saying about Heather, she says it's the land that's haunted sometimes.
Exactly, yeah. What movie? Skook, I'm sorry. This is Wolf Creek. The dentist is the dentist that was a serial killer. And Silent House.
That sounds familiar.
It sounds familiar, but I think I'm mixing it up with one of the other houses.
And no, because Silent House sounds vaguely familiar. Be careful of things you buy at a yard sale. It could have a spray. You're absolutely right. Even in Patrick, not even a yard sale. Be careful of like Goodwill or Salvation Army and things like that. It's hard.
Yeah. You never know. Definitely.
We're down to about 7 minutes. Well, I mean,
Well,
we
that
can
was
go
the
as
end.
long as we want, but
That was the end of the movies.
that was I have Goodwill stuff, all good. I'm not saying that it's all haunted. It's just you never know what you're gonna encounter.
So this person, I'm done with the movies. I went through the whole list that I could find. I mean, I'm sure there's a million more out there.
Oh God, yeah.
So since we only have 7 minutes left, or 6 minutes now,
Now she's paying attention to the time.
we'll do the short little stories from the Reddit about poltergeists, and I want to hear your guys' opinion. Like this person's asking a question. Basically, they're like, I don't know if it's a he or she, but they're like, "Thank you so much for
Thank
the
you,
lemon
Skook.
scoop. Thank you so much."
Yes, Patrick, there was a movie called Silent Hill.
Yes. I love that movie.
Yeah, and if you get a chance, go check out my feed. I put a little video up called Silent Hill.
That's twice now that it's happened here that I felt like I was in Silent Hill, the movie. Like if the tsunami warning started going off, I would have freaked out.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I'd been like, "Oh my God, we're in Silent Hill for real."
But if you get a chance, check it out. I titled it Silent Hill Valdez style.
Yeah. So this person, I don't, like I said, I don't know what, if this is a guy or a girl, but it says, "This is my first time posting here. I'm sure I'll be sharing dozens of stories here, as a lot of them I've never gotten to tell anyone, and I enjoy sharing them. So I had a strange encounter and experienced paranormal things since before I can even remember. I wonder, can things act like poltergeists followed an individual? I ask because I'm in almost every house I've lived, I've experienced activity, mostly very similar. 2 separate homes I lived in the same town had almost exactly the same activity. Doors opening and closing, lights turning on and off, loud bangings, things falling and disappearing, that sort of thing. The first house got pretty intense before I left. The kitchen light fixture was torn from the ceiling. A window was torn out of the frame, and I kept coming home or waking up to all the doors, cabinets, drawers open, and saw an entity in my bedroom. The next house I moved into, same thing happened, and I saw the same energy figure. Things in the house escalated much faster, lights unscrewing themselves, hearing talking, hearing footsteps running towards you, doors slamming, things getting broken. But since I moved to the other side of the country, everything stopped. Gradually, though, our lights have began to flicker when I entered the room. Our doorknobs occasionally jiggle on their own, and we recently started seeing things move out of our peripheral vision. A month ago, I swear I heard my husband, oh, it must be a female, my husband open up our front door and say something to me. Upon investigation, he was still at work. Our cats have reacted to all incidents and have gone around randomly hissing with their tails fluffed up 3 to 4 times in the last few months. Very out of character for them. They're super non-aggressive kitties. We've lived here for a year without major incident, but things are progressing similarly to the past. Could it somehow be the same thing, or am I just paranoid? So to me, I mean, I don't know about you guys. With me, I feel I can understand that, Jim. Jim said I dealt with a poltergeist once in a nursing home when I used to work at.
But one thing everybody has to understand, a poltergeist doesn't always mean it's evil.
No.
It just means that there's actual physical activity.
Well, see, poltergeist to me is somebody in the household. They have abilities and they're not used to, like with me with electronics. When
That's
I get upset.
No, that's not what a poltergeist is.
That's your take on it. I have my own opinion.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, calm down.
I was calm. You're the one that just went, that's your take.
Right. Well, to me, poltergeist is brought on by a human.
Okay. But it's got to be something attached to you for you to be able to have that poltergeist.
Not the way I look at it.
Okay.
I don't believe.
Scoots. Fight.
I don't believe.
Don't worry, the real fight will happen when we get off camera.
Yeah, no. That's the thing. We do this and then it like disperses. It's like 10 minutes later we're laughing and going out and have a cigarette.
Which is about now.
No, but it is the Irish way.
Yeah, and imagine that, I'm Irish and German.
To me, poltergeist, like when I shut off electronics or shut off lights when I'm pissed, I believe it has to do with our Aurora, yeah.
You were gonna say it and then you stopped because you thought you was
Well, I
the
was
wrong
gonna
word.
say something else too, but I can't remember what the hell I was gonna say. Yeah, because Freaky Geeks, a lot of when you hear about poltergeist activity, it's around teenagers. Yes, exactly, Ron. A teenager being abused, holding an emotional buildup to poltergeist. Yeah. But I believe it comes from within.
So just up here, just Jim says this one would pull a fire alarm when no one was around. He even went through double doors in front of it. So that he conjured that up.
I believe it, especially in nursing homes because of like.
So Jim conjured this.
No, it's when he worked in the nursing home. He's talking about, honey. When, especially with all the dementia that's going on in the poltergeist, with all the dementia going on in the nursing home, and stuff
y'all
like
wonder
that.
why I drink. It helps me understand her better.
Yeah, there you go. A poltergeist can be a result of a teenager going through puberty. And
Jim.
Can manifest. It slipped away from a real spirit that can do the same thing. Manifest into a real spirit that. Right, it's kind of like
we have a friend that, and it's funny. She'll come to us and not complain, but how she sees this shadow woman on her second floor in a room at a window. But it's funny because she never shows up until her and her old man are fighting.
Yes.
So it's like self-manifested out of anger.
Right. And I believe that's why, she's seeing it. It's either one or two things. I don't know. I've never been to the house. Eddie has, but we haven't investigated or anything like that about it. But to me, it's talking to her. Now, mind you, these are natives up here. So they have very high, her family, believes in some of the legends up here.
They're true-blooded natives.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way.
They come from villages and stuff like that. I mean, they're true blood. Yeah, definitely. Two different types. Her and Ryan are two different types.
Yeah, they're two different tribes.
Yeah, but it's kind of like American Indians when you're, the legends of the skinwalkers. They believe it truthfully in their legends and that. And I think it's either one of two things. It's either this person either like died of abuse in a house. Like I said, I haven't been there to investigate, so I'm just speculating right now. But they've either died there in the house and was abused when they were alive, so that's why it shows up when they're fighting. Not to say that she's getting abused or he's getting abused. I'm just saying because that worrisome energy.
Or is this spirit showing up to try to comfort her?
Right, yeah, protect her, like one of her ancestors. Because she sees it and her son sees it.
But
more than anything.
But her old man don't see
Ryan
it.
don't believe in it, yeah.
And actually, if we can dig back down through, we'll have to ask her for permission if we can use that picture where her sister caught the photo from the front of the house where it looks like there's a shadow there.
Yeah.
But we'll have to dig back through, but we'll definitely have to ask them for permission to be able to use that photo, though. We won't do that to anybody.
Yeah. I had an older lady resident that would call me on the time on
and Jim said that nobody was there.
Wow. I knew exactly what it was, and there was no one actually there. Yeah. That's pretty wild. I believe it. I mean, you know.
Ron's mooning again.
I know. I see that. No, I honestly, that's another one of my beliefs that I've said over and over again. You guys are getting sick of my beliefs. I'm telling you. But
everybody has beliefs.
Yeah, I mean, I
believe I'm gonna die.
You know, yeah. I really truly believe that.
You're right.
It all depends on people's beliefs. Like Ryan don't believe in ghosts, so he's not seeing this shit happen.
But like Patrick just said too, some spirits can be drawn to conflict or strong feelings that can give them energy, and I think that's when they start arguing and fighting. I think that's where she starts seeing this apparition.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you know, and she gets scared of it. It's not that but she gets nervous because she don't know what's happening. It's not like it's evil or anything like that.
Apparently, it just stands in the window.
And thinks it is. What?
Apparently, it just stands in the window looking out, like she's waiting.
She's seen it come to where the bedroom is.
Oh, I haven't heard her say that.
Like, you guys know what I'm doing, right?
Anchor enhances every bad energy. It's food for them too. Well, yes, I can kind of agree with that.
Oh, thank you, Ron.
I just got off the phone. I'm not tired of your beliefs. You know, and even though I've been with her for 9 years, Ron, I still learn.
Well, I still learn.
And it's amazing. I mean, I've given her a couple of ideas before. I hope she didn't hear that.
Yeah.
You know, we just talked yesterday too. If I can get my solenoid replaced in our truck, we might just go down and hit the old Asian cemetery and do a daytime investigation. We'll have to download that necro.
I already got that. Yeah, I got all that.
No, on a laptop. Not on a phone. We're going to have to get a laptop.
The Necrophonic app is a phone app. They can do it on laptop too. It's the same thing.
I know. I would rather use a laptop than a damn phone. That's what I'm saying.
Well, we ain't got a laptop.
Oh my God, if you shut up long enough to listen. See what I deal with?
When he wants to spend the money, it's different. Yeah.
Whoa.
But we will be using, I don't know where the hell it is. Where the hell's my freaking floor? Even though we're in daytime.
Wherever you put it.
I know. Even if it's daytime, I'll still be using the floor to look for them.
Yes, Heather. Exactly. But here, we don't want to investigate at night. There's just way too many bears. So we figure a daytime investigation, if we're going to pick up voices, we'll pick them up.
Yeah, Jim, I believe it. Yeah, we had another lady tell us it. Yeah, I mean, when my father right before he went into a convulsion, he was talking about his late wife, Lucy, You know, my mom's name is June, and that was his current wife. You know, so I mean, when I passed away, well, I didn't pass away, I'm still alive, but when I had my near death experience, it was my sister that told me, get home and take care of them babies. I could hear her accent. That's why I do that.
Yes, Patrick, it's on a loop.
Yeah, exactly, Patrick. But I don't know. It just with her, with our friend, it only happens when they're fighting.
Yeah, when they get into fighting.
She said, you know, the thing of it is too, and I'm wondering if this has a part of plays a part in it too, is she told me when they first got the house that they blessed it in Ryan's tribe's way of blessing it.
Welcome, Seth.
Hey, Seth, how you doing?
Oh, excuse me. Fiery Skulls Man.
I love that.
I know, that's a cool name.
I know, it really is. But didn't have it blessed in like her tribe beliefs. I don't know how different they are.
Yeah,
but obviously there's some difference.
It was done one-sided.
Yeah. So I think a lot of that too is that she feels like it's not blessed the right way, but she's not going to come out and say it to her husband. You know what I mean? Yeah. I understand that, Skook, and I'm sure. Not my son, Ryan.
No, it's
it's a friend of ours.
It's our friend's old man.
Yeah. Right, Patrick. Yep.
And you all have to apologize. It takes me a minute to comment after her. I'm very slow at reading. I've always been slow at reading. But I'll make a comment. Like, it's always funny. Yeah. And it's like it gets into a pattern of your life. Like you're used to putting keys down on a table in one spot.
Everything we touch, we're leaving a little fingerprint of them on ourselves.
Every day, them keys ain't where you left them. They're moved, like maybe a foot away.
Yeah.
Because that's where they're used to putting them.
See, and that's the other things that we sit there and talk about because, okay, you're used to putting those keys in a different spot, right? But in a parallel universe, you're used to
putting them in one spot.
Another spot, not the same spot, right? So one of these days you flip-flop and you're like, where the hell did my keys go? I put them here all the time, but they're not. They're in the spot that your other parallelly life is putting them.
I believe that I jumped.
Or you come back and they're all of a sudden in that spot that you just checked. You knew you checked that.
I believe I went to a different parallel.
Yeah.
And I done it while I was wide awake and never even knew it.
Right.
Because all of a sudden I'm looking around. I'm like, where the hell did everything go?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, crazy shit. It's crazy shit. I'm not going to lie.
All right, guys and gals, this is where I'm going to say fist bumps, hugs.
You know where to go, guys.
Stay safe, stay strong, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Had a great time today. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, I know, Freaky Geek. Hate when things go missing and then suddenly they're where you look so many times. Yeah, you know when that happens, you know what I do? I walk out of a room and it's like my mind replays. Like, almost like a CSI.
Kind of like, I know I put them here. Where could I have moved it
Well,
to?
I feel like when I walk out of the room, it's like a CSI TV show, and they're, like, zooming in on what I'm looking for. You know, and it's like, son of a bitch, tell me where they are.
You're hugging fists that get bumped. Wow, Freaky Geek. Seriously.
That shit's funny.
Is he laughing? What the hell is that little picture?
On
dlive or on StreamYard.
Freaky Geek is putting up the kitty rocket button. You know, you've seen it. We had it on my league.
I don't know. My screen, everything is so damn tiny.
Yeah, I get that.
Freaky Geek, he getting ready. Oh, Andy, no, thank you, brother.
Yeah,
thank you for coming
guys.
by.
Well, I'm trying to get my freaking stupid ass.
Everybody get your butts over there.
Hype up that chat.
Get it ready.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And thank everybody over there on the podcast.
For listening, definitely.
Thank you for the
Miss
ice cream.
Carrie, I was just thinking about you today. I'm like, I haven't seen her or OG.
Oh, we're going to keep getting them.
Thank you so much, Carrie. You guys had me worried because you haven't stopped in.
Thank you, Freaky Geek.
Thank you so much, Freaky Geek. You guys are just amazing.
They are. And I enjoy every day getting to talk to them.
Definitely, I agree.
Heather, we definitely enjoyed it, and we enjoyed your company just as well. Jim's over there breakdancing, I think. I can't. He's gonna break a hip.
Oh, Miss Carrie, well, I love you guys lots. I was thinking about you guys this morning. I'm like, I haven't seen her. Every once in a while she'll pop in, or OG will pop in, and I haven't seen them. You guys had me worried, especially what was going on like within Texas and everything.
All right, look at this. Now you made me come back.
Sorry, my bad.
Bless America.
See how I am? But no, thank you guys.
Ron's over there mooning again. I think about you all the time. I've been here with let's see. I need to wake up early starting.
Oh, wow.
School's starting already?
Wow. Damn, that's crazy. Hopefully you can come in and join us. Yes, give my love to, of course, give yourself a hug, Miss Carrie, and give OJ, give him a punch for me, on a nice punch on the arm.
I'm glad to see that you guys are okay.
I'm glad, yeah, that you guys are okay. Yeah, all as well as up here as well.
Our numbers are low, so I'm happy.
Andy, right now, I haven't heard anything from Diary, but I've seen her like posts on Facebook, so I got kind of
a relief.
A relief of she's okay. You know what I mean? I think a lot of it's just she's taking time with her family, and I think she had a lot of medical shit she was going through.
I think something happened that she needed to separate for a little while.
Yeah.
Online school. Okay.
Yes, definitely give OG my
regards.
My regards.
I'd love to give him a punch or two.
Just, throw on some 80s music and say, hey, it's from Shadows.
Yeah, Andy, she spotted her on her birthday, wasn't it? She went online?
Yeah, she was online. She was liking the post and loving the post, so it's like a little bit of relief, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I think with all her testing and everything that she was going through, because she was getting MRIs and all that stuff going on, I think she's just taking time, rightfully,
to recoup.
To recoup and heal.
And on a different note, when you all see Beauty today, Lucinda, everybody wish her a happy birthday.
Yeah. Billy, I'm tired, Billy. Is that what he's playing lately? He likes it when I go on. Well, Miss Carrie does too. When I go on and play my music streams, because I play all the old school stuff.
I want everybody to stay safe and stay strong. I mean, that's all we can do.
All right, I clicked the button, guys.
Hurry!
I clicked the button.
Everybody, get over there.
Geek, I clicked the button.
Get over there.
Head on over.
I can't get no damn lemons.
17 seconds. 14 seconds. I hear you, Miss Carrie. I'm so glad you stopped in. I feel much better now. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hit it.
All right. Patrick got 75.7. Heather got 43.9. Ron got 32.0. Freaky Geek got some with 25.6. And Just Jim got 21.6.
Are you kidding me?
That's
This is
awesome.
the third time in a row Freaky Geek got in there.
I know. Holy hell. It didn't pop up for you. If it don't happen like that, Scoot, the next time that I release the lemons, when I say I've clicked the button, go ahead. If it doesn't pop right up for you, hit the chest and it'll bring up, like I'm talking to the camera, like you can see me.
Well, she can see if you're looking at the. Oh no, she
no,
can't.
she can't. But yeah, it'll, if you hit the button or hit the chest, it'll
Open up.
Yeah, I'm glad you caught us too, Miss Carrie. All right, guys, that's going to end it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow for True Crime Tuesday.
See what I mean? It's
I
never
know.
we, it's I.
Thank you guys so much for being here. I love each and every one of you. I can't thank you enough. You guys mean the world to us.
I had a
Really
great
do.
time today.
Yeah, it was very fun. I had a lot of wild movies that I didn't think were
It's
based on.
weird that you can recall some of them movies, how old they are, and
Except that
remember
one.
watching them.
Yeah. All right, guys. Take care. Be safe. Love all you guys.
Absolutely.
Hearts to all of you. And we'll see you tomorrow.